Good evening, everyone. I'm Opal Roach, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Topping the news, a new chief negotiator for the country in world trade discussions as the Bahamas prepares for accession to the World Trade Organization. The global body is responsible for rules of trade between nations. DeAndre Williamson leads us off tonight.
The Bahamas is making progress in its accession to the World Trade Organization. As full membership is being considered, Minister of Financial Services Brent Simonet announces the new chief negotiator, former Cabinet Minister Shivago Lang.
The government is confident that Mr. Lang is well suited to lead accession negotiations and ensure that the terms of our W.T.O membership will be mutually beneficial to the Bahamas and W.T.O members. Indeed, Mr. Lang, who is trained in economics and finance, once had the responsibility for international trade policy, and during his tenure as Minister of Finance, led the Bahamas' initial application to accede to the WTO in 2001.
Lang says any decision to accept membership in the WTO must enhance the nation's economic and development prospects. He made several commitments.
1. A dogged focus on the promotion, protection, and progression of the Bahamas' interests first. 2. My most professional and expert service to the government and people of the Bahamas. 3. An absolute commitment to openness and collaboration with the private sector. 4. A thorough effort to keep the Bahamian public informed of this process every step of the way. And 5. Only advising of the adoption of membership, provided that net gains to our country are secured.
On September 21st, Simonet will lead a delegation to Geneva, Switzerland for the third meeting of the Working Party on the Bahamas accession to the World Trade Organization.
This third Working Party meeting will formally relaunch negotiations regarding accession to the WTO. This Working Party meeting will be preceded by a number of bilateral meetings with the third states interested in trading regimes in the Bahamas, including the United States of America. The delegation is also expected to hold meetings with the International Trade Center, the World Intellectual Property Organization, and the Advisory Center on WTO Law to discuss technical assistance for the Bahamas.
The Minister of Financial Services assured that joining the WTO will not open the borders to allow international companies to take over the livelihood of Bahamians. For the business community that may have concerns about taxes, Lang explained that under a WTO system, countries are asked to gradually reduce the custom duties as a barrier to trade.
That doesn't mean that you are introducing higher and more taxes to replace that. It just means you're shifting where you're going to raise those revenues. So from a business point of view, it's a freeing up of cash, freeing up of capital to be used for other purposes. And then possibly allowing that cash to be more productively used in the economy. So there is no reason to believe that a WTO accession means an increase in taxes to the public.
If accession negotiations in terms of WTO membership are beneficial, Simonet says the Bahamas intends to join the WTO by late 2019 or mid-2020. For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.